Our first guest is a woman of many talents. She's an actress, director, New York Times best-selling author, and the host of Jeopardy. Give it up for the amazing Mayim Bialik.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a huge fan of yours.
I'm a huge fan of yours. We all are. Oh my God, it's so amazing to have you here. I feel like I'm going down like memory lane of my childhood because I've been a fan since Blossom.
Oh, thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Oh my God. You're a mom and then you have 3 jobs?
I kind of have 3 jobs, yeah. Wow. I work, we work on the same lot. I work 2 stages over on Call Me Kat. We're finishing our 3rd season. And, thank you.
Yay.
And I work on Jeopardy, and then I have a podcast. It's called Mayim Bialik's Breakdown, and it's about mental health and wellness and all sorts of things. And I'll bother you to have you on now that we've met, so I'll bother you after this.
Hold me to it. And then you're the host of Jeopardy.
Yes.
That is, I couldn't imagine a better host. I think that is so awesome. You get any feedback? Because it's like an iconic...
it's really fun. I split duties with Ken Jennings, which is because I have these other jobs. It's good that my schedule allows for me to... I basically work on Jeopardy when I'm not on Call Me Kat. So I work like 3 weeks out of the month, and then the 4th week I do my Jeopardy duties. So it's a lot, again, of juggling. But it's fun. I mean, Jeopardy is this iconic thing. And when I first started hosting, you know, I was just excited to hear people getting so many things right. And like, I had to be told, like, you need to tone it down. Like, everyone knows that these are smart people. But every time they got something right, I was like, yes, that's amazing. You know so many things. So it's been a little bit of a learning curve for me to be like, yes, correct.
Correct. You got to keep it cool.
But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, how do they know so many things? That's so smart. But yeah.
Okay, not only do you have 3 jobs, but you have the best jobs because I think we're all fans of Big Bang Theory. I love that show too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like, but you was also a sex ed teacher before that?
So when I worked on Blossom from the time I was 14 to 19.
14
I was on
to
a
19.
show called Blossom, and thank you. And I actually...
Very supportive audience.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
So Blossom was from the time I was 14 to 19, and we were on after The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It was that era in early 90s history. And I left the industry for 12 years. So I went to college, I went to grad school, I had 2 kids. I was like out of the industry. And then I came back to the industry and I was in Big Bang Theory. But before, I would do the things that people do when they're in college and grad school. I tutored Hebrew, I tutored piano. And one of the things I did was I tutored high school biology, and that meant I taught sex ed to a group of high school students. Yeah. I was their teacher. It was the birds and the bees, all the things. And I taught in the homeschool community. There's a Jewish homeschool community that meets in Los Angeles, and so many of these kids were raised religious, and they had never had really any kind of sex ed. So I was the one, and they were too young to know me from television. Their parents were like, Blossom is teaching our kid, but they didn't know, so yeah.
That is, I was wondering, like, what is that like? Do they realize that's Blossom?
No, I was just their teacher, getting to teach them, you know, birds and the bees.
Birds and the bees.
Like you do.
Another show I love is Call Me Kat.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, amazing.
Thank you.
And Cheyenne Jackson plays your boyfriend in the show?
Cheyenne Jackson plays my boyfriend, and yeah, a lot of people ask me about, like, you get to kiss Cheyenne Jackson for a living. I do. It's part of my job. It's job requirement.
Is it a weird thing to you to have to kiss?
You know, I would love to give the answer that I hear actors give, which is like, it's just a part, and it's mostly about the choreography. No, it's kissing someone that you are not dating. It's really, I mean, it's funny, and it's beautiful to be able to enjoy the person that, you know, meaning like to know the person, and I really have tremendous affection for Cheyenne, but yeah, it's really weird kissing someone that you're not dating because it's your job on TV.
You know what? I can relate to
Looks like I don't know what I'm doing. What am I even doing there?
Yeah, see, you have to sell the moment in some way, right?
That's right.
You know what? For me, my first kiss, y'all, was in the film, because Dreamgirls was my first film, right? That didn't mean to... Thank you. And I had to kiss Jamie Foxx, but that's
not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Now you're saying it's not a big deal. But guys, that was my first time meeting him. So he comes to the set and they're like, okay, hello, this is Jamie Foxx. All right, action, kiss. And I was like, can I say hello first? Oh my God, like, so
how did you feel? I mean, yes, it's a part, but you're still putting your lips on someone else's lips.
I know.
You could have called me. I would have been like, I'll get it out of the way. I'll get him comfortable. I'll introduce him to you, but he might need to practice with me first.
I eventually, got a little used
I'm sure
to
you got the hang of it.
Yeah, but it is a little odd.
It's
at times.
weird, yeah.
I understand. Now, we all miss Mr. Leslie Jordan. I think so dearly. He's a friend of Warner Brothers. I know he's a dear friend of yours, a cast member, everything, the show and all of that. He was a beautiful spirit. I think it's so beautiful, like, how you guys honor his legacy and his memory, And I mean, I think it's self-explanatory why that was important to you all.
Yeah, we, obviously, it was a sudden, it was a sudden thing. We were all at work and waiting for him to show up at work. So it was very, very, very complicated, to have the whole crew there and the whole cast. And, we were a family, and we were one of the first shows back, actually, after the lockdown. So we were, all in our homes, and then the people that we got to spend the most time with was each other.
Right.
So we kind of became this, this little COVID unit. We were often the only people that we were interacting with outside of whoever was in our homes. So we were all very close. And, people knew Leslie Jordan as Leslie Jordan, not necessarily just as the character that he played on our show. He's been in people's lives, and especially during COVID, he was in people's Instagram feeds, and a lot of people really kind of formed a real connection with him, and he loved that. He loved being approachable. He loved being loved. So, when he passed, we kind of all, it's rare to find a group of people so unanimous about something so quickly, and we all just said, we want him to live forever. Yes. And it was something that Allison Momassey, who's part of Jim Parsons' company, That's Wonderful Productions, it was something that she suggested, and we all kind of felt like it's a really hard thing to do. There's no right way to do it, but our showrunners, Jim Patterson and Maria Ferrari, they really helped kind of usher us through it. But it was very emotional to decide, how do you grieve also while having to act as people grieving? So our show uses breaking the fourth wall, where our characters, I talk right to the camera. And I think that kind of helped us have a little grace about it, that we knew we could really talk right to people and say, there's no way to make this what it's not. We lost our friend. And, I think this whole season for us feels like it's the season that we lost Leslie. So, it's been hard, and we're grateful to have gotten the opportunity to work with him the way we did, and in the time of his life that we got to work with him, so.
He was a beautiful soul.
He was a very special guy.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.